Welcome back. A suicide bomber targeting the headquarters of Afghanistan's Independent Election Commission, or IEC, on Monday killed at least one person and wounded 6 in the latest violence to strike the controversial poll. The Daesh militant group claimed responsibility for the attack, the latest surrounding Afghanistan's embattled parliamentary election process. One police officer was killed when the militant, who was on foot, blew up near a vehicle carrying IEC employees as it entered the base at 8 a.m. local time. 4 election workers and 2 other police officers were also wounded in the blast. Kabul police spokesman Basir Mujahid said the attacker was identified and gunned down by police before reaching his target. The wounded were taken to hospital and are in stable condition. Up next, a Honduran migrant died of a head wound on Sunday after a group of migrants clashed with Guatemalan and Mexican police on the border bridge between the two countries. Guatemalan volunteer firefighters said they tried to treat the man, but his injury, apparently from a rubber bullet, was too severe. Now, the Honduran migrants broke down the metal gates at the Guatemalan and Mexican border stations at the Suchiate River after authorities in both countries closed them. Firefighters said several Guatemalan police officers and migrants were injured as the group kicked and pushed its way through the gate of the Guatemalan side of the border. Several people received medical treatment for exposure to tear gas fired by police. The unrest came as a larger group of thousands of Central American migrants took a break on their caravan's long journey through southern Mexico while vowing to press ahead towards the US border roughly 1,000 miles away. On a lighter note, as Scrabble fans marked 70 years of the world-famous board game, New Zealander Nigel Richards, 51, clinched victory when he played the word Groutier to win the title. Take a look. Spanning 7 days, hundreds of Scrabble lovers gathered for the 36-game championship, ending in Rogers' victory. US player Jesse Day was runner-up. The crucial word, which means grouty, and can be defined as cross, sulky or sullen, scored 68 points, allowing Richards to win by 575 points to 452 over Californian Day. After his win at the championships held at Westfield, London, Richards said he was absolutely thrilled to have won 2 world championships this year, including French and English. He added, it was a closely fought championship and Jesse was a very impressive opponent to play. Along with the title, Nigel won $1,000 in prize money.
That's excellent, and looking twice towards me, that's perfect.
Coming up in sports, Lewis Hamilton claims 5th world title. Stay with us. We begin sports with Formula One. Now, Lewis Hamilton claimed his 5th Drivers' World Championship on Sunday when he finished 4th behind a victorious Max Verstappen in the Mexican Grand Prix. Take a look. The Brit, who started 3rd on the grid, struggled with chronic tyre wear after making a strong start in his Mercedes and settled for a cautious cruise to the title without a podium finish. Verstappen, upstaged by his Red Bull teammate Daniel Ricciardo, in qualifying on Saturday, came home 17.108 seconds ahead of Vettel after the luckless Australian pole sitter retired with 9 laps remaining. Vettel's Ferrari teammate Kimi Raikkonen came home 3rd ahead of Hamilton and his Mercedes teammate Valtteri Bottas.
Honestly, I'm just so grateful to God today, to my family back home. I love you. Thank you for all the support. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all the hard work my dad did, or my family. So, yeah, a very humbling experience.
33-year-old Hamilton won titles with McLaren in 2008 and with Mercedes in 2014, 2015 and 2017. On to football. Defending champions Japan became the second team to earn a place in the semi-finals of AFC Under-19 Championship in Indonesia, eliminating hosts Indonesia with a 2-0 win at Gelora Bung Karno Stadium on Sunday. Amid the noise provided by a 60,000-strong crowd, Indonesia appeared in their first AFC Under-19 Championship quarter-final in 40 years, while Japan were looking to draw a step closer to a second successive title. Indonesia defended carefully throughout the opening period, but they fell behind to a goal when Shunki Higashi ventured forward to hammer an unstoppable 35-yard drive into the net and gave the visitors a 40th-minute lead. In the second half, heavy rain began to fall. Several chances came and went for Indonesia, but Japan extended their lead with 20 minutes remaining as Taisei Miyashiro was afforded rare space in the Indonesian penalty area to power the ball into the net 2-0 for a place in the semi-finals. Houston Dynamo came from 2 goals down to beat LA Galaxy 3-2 in Major League Soccer at the StarHub